Hello, my name is John Barry, and Canada does not want me here. That's why I wasn't here earlier. It's a joke. I love Canadians. I went to school in Canada, so that'll be the end of my stand-up routine, though, for the evening, and I will get into things a little more serious. I have had incredible experiences with the person I know as Jesus and my Lord. Amen to that? Anybody else? Come on. This last summer, I spent 3 weeks in Bihar, India, which is the most impoverished state in all of India, with less than 1% Christians. It is a 106 million person state. Keep that in mind. That's like Austria, Germany, Switzerland, and a little bit of Belgium, all in the state, a state the size of Maine. That's an American reference. I don't know if you got it. It's crazy. I also, in this place that was super intense, super hot, incredibly humid, experienced Christ greater than I ever have in my entire life. And the reason why is because among a hurting people whom their own country had decided would be left on their own, I know a man and spent 3 weeks with a man who decided to give his entire life to them. He comes from the state known as God's own country, Kerala. And he moved to the place known as the Graveyard of Missions over 20 years ago. No one would go there at the time who was from another state in India. And this guy went. And my friend Bijou, he started loving on these people. He started doing things that other people were not willing to do. And rather than just flying in food or trying to just simply work with an aid mechanism for a day or a week or a month, he devoted himself to not just helping these people with their basic needs, but also helping them with their entire lives. He started businesses with women who were viewed as the lowest of society. He decided that he would not just plant churches, but that he would drill water wells in the same communities. And he decided that not only would those wells come to be, but that he would ensure that people actually wanted them, that they requested them, that they wrote the petitions for them. And when they couldn't write, that they would write them on their behalf. He decided that they would have literacy training, that their entire lives would be transformed. His most recent reports show thousands of people coming to Christ just in the Christmas season. And this is because he does not just love their souls or their needs, he loves their entire being. I spent time with church planters in India. I heard their stories. Men who will outwork me every day of the week, and one woman, one very brave woman who is church planting there too. And they made me realize that for studying the Bible my entire life, the part that you didn't hear in my bio is that I edited a study Bible. I edited a Bible dictionary. I edit a magazine about the Bible in my job during the day. Run Chase Economy in the evenings. I still, with all of that, did not truly know Christ until I met these men. I knew Jesus, I had a relationship with him, but I did not understand the full extent of what that could mean. But this is also personal for me. Not just because I know these people, but because locally in Bellingham, where I live, I worked with the homeless mission for a while. A man who I baptized, the first person I ever baptized outside of co-baptizing someone, the first guy I baptized by myself, a homeless man, died because somebody gave him aid money for a little while. And when things got rough, he used it for drugs and it killed him. And so when I talk about an entire person's life being changed, I know the people who die when we only care about one thing, when we only care about the need. I know the people who have only had their spiritual needs met when we don't care about the whole person, and they too are hurting. So my message for you tonight is, will you care about a whole person? Will you not just see a need, but an entire life? Will you decide that as Jesus told us to love an entire human being, that you will love an entire person? That they won't just be a project to you, but a relationship. That they will be real. That you will connect with them. That you will know them. that you will love them as Jesus loved them. Because Jesus, when he is on his way to Jericho, a moment full of symbolism like Joshua had done before him, he is walking there. He hears a man crying out for help and he stops. He hears a woman crying out for help, he stops. Jesus stops multiple times in his life on the way from one place to another to have a conversation, to get to know someone. This is God with 3 years in ministry on earth, stopping to know another person, not just heal their wound. This is what God does. God stops to know a person. And my story is similar. You see, I was a kid with a speech impediment. I was a kid that had a whole room of therapists tell my mother he will never, ever speak correctly. And at this point, they put kids in special ed classes who had speech therapy issues. I could think correctly, but I couldn't speak correctly. And my mom looked at them and said, God is still God, and God still performs miracles. And as you can hear today, even though my voice is a little groggy from being sick this week, I have a voice now, because God gave me one. Because my parents decided to get people around me who cared about my entire being, to invest into my life. So, this is personal for me on multiple levels, because I know the man who died for not doing it right. I know the people who would have been left abandoned if it wasn't done right. I know the men who can outwork me 2 to 1, who care truly about Jesus and the entire being of a person, who taught me what it means to actually love Christ. And I am one of them. I am the person that would have been left behind. I am the one that would not have been cared about. I'm the one who wouldn't have a voice. So when you think about how you want to love a person, how you want to care for them, what you want to do for them, think about my groggy voice. Hear it in your head. Will I love them fully? Will I care as Jesus cared? Will I stop along my way of whatever new thing I am doing to hear them out and to really care about their entire being? Because right now, God wants to speak into your heart. He wants to say to you that you can transform a life, and you can transform our world. Thank you.